we are all, in a sense, a form of being. We are the extension of creation. And nobody really understands the deeper understanding of being in a reality. We say that God created us in His image. Well, that might be a slight misunderstanding. Because if you understand it, He looks human. And with so many alien species on Star Trek, Halo, Mass Effect, they all have the four-limb system. They have the same skeletal structure. But that's fiction. We don't know exactly what kind of skeletal structure any alien would have, or anything out there in the universe. And the old way of thinking is that God created the universe. The new way of thinking is that He is some form of cosmic mind, because the way that men and humans think, men, women, humans think, changes throughout time to fit their new ways of thinking. So we don't know what the next idea of God may be. But honestly, people might start saying that the energies of the universe are interacting with mankind, and those energies are of God or something. We, as a species, should just sit down and think. The next technological advancement, the next spiritual advancement, the creation of new ideas and any structure like science or mysticism, and just expand ideology instead of relying on older texts, because where humans belong is in the future. We are creating a future. So, of course, we are going to adapt new ideology into a different system. Of course, we're going to keep ideology. That's the basic educated word is ideology, because humans only know certain things. We have a limited perspective, and sometimes our limited perspective requires some sort of lie to explain something beyond that perception. And that is where religion comes in. Of course, we gotta believe in all that. Of course we do. Of course we do. Until we start, until stuff like Charles Darwin, and Nikola Tesla, and all that, finding their forms of creation. That goes against everything scriptural, but humanity keeps going. And of course, they're gonna adapt their older beliefs that did not comprehend science, and of course, find a way to merge science and religious doctrine. Just mostly out of habit, but partially due to a form of rejection as well. Because there's no way, because people just want to keep believing. People really, that's the biggest reason, is people just want to keep believing. So of course they incorporate contradictions like science and religion together. It's like, well, the new saying is, well, science created science, or God created science, and all that, and evolution, God created evolution, and all that. But they don't understand the germination of single-celled organisms, because they're too busy with religious doctrine and all that. Germination is the creation of life, germination of certain types of things and elements within cells, and yeah, but there are still the old school Christians that homeschool kids and refuse to believe science as well. The Flat Earth Society is growing quite a bit. People just don't want to stop believing. They just want to keep believing, even though it makes more and more religious doctrine inept. It's like, well, they lightly gloss over and cherry pick the Bible to explain scientific findings. And of course, hiding the brutality in the Bible. In the Bible, God commands people to rip women internally, rip them open, and sacrifice any infant that is not of God. Stuff like that.